Just like the clouds in the sky, the Central District's Mount Zion Baptist Church has changed with time. The church has had many physical homes over the years, but in the beginning, it was the people that made the church.
In 1890, 1 year after Washington became a state, and 38 years after the establishment of Seattle as a city, a small group of African Americans held prayer services in their homes. Thus was the beginning of Mount Zion Baptist Church.
During times of racism and segregation, Black churches in the Central District were a beacon of hope.
Where African Americans have met and strategized, discussed, prayed about some of the oppression that African Americans were experiencing.
Phyllis Belmonte is Mount Zion's archivist.
So many of these people have passed on.
She has also been a member of the congregation for over 60 years.
The Black community that existed during the time that I grew up has now been scattered.
Goodwill Missionary Baptist Church is a little younger than Mount Zion. For 74 years, it has been in the CD. Bishop Gary Tyson has led the church for more than 16 years.
Since I've been here in Seattle over the last 10 years, there's been 12 African American churches that have moved out of the Central District. They're literally forced out of the Central District. It's happening in every urban community in America. God is being gentrified.
When money was becoming tight for his church, giving up was a last resort.
We can't sell our power. Property is power.
That's when the Nehemiah Initiative was born, an effort to save Black churches in the neighborhood by showing them how to repurpose their properties, partnering with developers and architects.
To live their vision, maintain their property, receive some income, and be able to have some sustainability in this community.
It's very unfortunate who's left in Seattle. We are reminded that God has all power in His hands, and that's where our hope is, that His will prevail.
Some of us will move. That will be the only option to move, but we want to at least offer African American churches other options other than moving. The reality is you can face it or you can fix it. And so we decided that we're gonna face what was happening.
Kiera Alfallen, King 5 News.